Hello, my retro friends. Thank you for finding my channel, Mike the Retro Realtor. Today we're going to do something a little bit different. Milwaukee recently lost one of its brightest stars, Mr. Baseball himself, Bob Uecker. Here's a quick overview of who Bob Uecker was, how he got started. In 1962, he made his major league debut as a backup catcher for the Milwaukee Braves. He spent 6 years in the major leagues, bouncing around between 3 teams. Bob Uecker was not exactly a stellar player. He had a lifetime batting average of 200 and 14 home runs. So not exactly a monster at the plate, but that's okay. He was the life of the dugout. He was the funniest guy. He was great for morale. He was probably one of the most popular players in the dugout for the 3 teams he played for. After Bob's career in baseball ended, he went to the broadcast booth starting in 1971, spanning over 54 seasons for the Brewers, and sometimes he'd do national coverage for both ABC and CBS. Also over those years, he would become a fixture on Johnny Carson's The Tonight Show in the 70s and 80s. He would make over 100 appearances just talking baseball with Johnny, and got the nickname Mr. Baseball from Mr. Carson.
Well, you've been with a lot of teams in your life, haven't you?
Yeah.
Can you remember, give me as fast as you can, all the teams you've ever played with?
Braves, Cardinals, Phillies, and the Braves again. Then in June, I was with...
But you weren't always with major league teams, were you? Didn't you spend some time in the minors?
Oh, I was in the minor leagues a long time, John.
Yeah.
Long time. I love the minor leagues.
Really?
I love the minor leagues.
Why is that?
It's low pay, low meal money. You know, you never worry about, no IRS people around you. It's great.
Yeah.
$325 a month. That was tops.
Really?
I pocketed about $75 a month.
Yeah.
Oh, it was easy.
How would you like to be out there playing baseball in this weather? On a day like today, and have to play baseball, 100 and 101.
I used to pay, these kind of games, I used to stay pretty much liquored up, so it didn't bother me.
He also did Miller Lite commercials. Some of them are just absolutely hilarious. They were all over the 80s. He would just make fun of himself, just being kind of a nobody at the baseball park. He would say, hey, I'm getting moved up to the best seats. And then eventually the ushers would actually move him to the worst seat in the house. And the phrase Uecker seats was then coined, which is still something you still hear today. I remember going to the ballpark and my dad saying, we got Uecker seats. They're the worst seats in the house, but hey, at least we're here.
One of the best things about being an ex-big leaguer is getting freebies to the game. Call the front office, bingo. And once these fans recognize me, I probably won't even have to pay for my light beer from Miller. I love them. These fans know I drink light because it's less filling and it tastes great. Good seats, huh?
You're in the wrong seat, buddy. Come on.
Oh, I must be in the front row.
Come on.
Light beer from Miller. Everything you always wanted in a beer, and less.
Good seats, hey, buddy? He missed the tag!
Along with all the guest appearances on late night television, mostly The Tonight Show, he also did an episode of Saturday Night Live back in 1984. There's a couple skits that are pretty good, and 1 or 2 that are absolutely horrible. But it's the mid-80s, SNL was not very good. 1985, he got a starring role in the show Mr. Belvedere, which he was on there for 6 seasons, lasting from 1985 to 1990, and he was featured in 118 episodes. My fondest memory of Bob Uecker on screen was when he starred as Harry Doyle in the Major League movie starting in 1989. At that point, I was old enough to understand all his jokes.
Hello, Tribe fans. Welcome back to Major League Baseball. Sort of. Paid attendance today is 1,412. Some of them were driven away by that little 10-run first inning the Red Sox put up. Take over, Monty. I'm in the bag.
Just a Bit Outside is still a classic line. It's a shame he didn't do more comedies, but that's how I remember him best. So growing up in the 80s, I finally remember listening to him call the games. I also remember my dad would bring a radio out to our screened out porch and we'd listen to the games in the Saturday and Sunday afternoons. He would be having a Michelob, which I know is sacrilege in Milwaukee, especially considered Bob Uecker was a pitchman for Miller. But you got to make sacrifices, I guess. So back in the 80s, during the summer, Bob Uecker was kind of everywhere in my house. He wasn't on television when we watched the Brewer games on TV, but the Miller Lite commercials would be on. So, we saw him again. And then I'd go on and watch Mr. Belvedere, which I really enjoyed. And then 1989, when Major League came out, I would watch that movie pretty often. I still watch it at least once a year. It's easily my favorite baseball movie. I think I would consider him like that really funny, cool uncle. He would be awesome to hang out with. That's kind of how I envision the man. Again, I've never met him. He's just one of those people that made Milwaukee great. So just kind of wrap things up here. Bob Uecker not only was Mr. Baseball, but I would almost consider him Mr. Milwaukee. Between his TV and movie ads and commercial ads, 54 years in the broadcast booth calling the Brewer games. The guy was everywhere. We lost a good one when we lost Bob. 90 years old when he passed. He definitely had one hell of a run. Bob, you'll definitely be missed. You are one of the reasons Milwaukee's such a great city.